Newcastle take on Forest at the City Ground, and this is your Matchday programme. I'm Ken, and this is Inside the Toon. Don't miss an upload by subscribing to my channel. Join me, shall you? Newcastle go to Nottingham Forest with a bit of relief following the win against Brighton at home, 3-1 last Saturday, but not loads of momentum. The big positive, obviously, is the latest result, which stopped a rotten run and gave Howe the response he needed. Before that, though, the form was grim. Arsenal 1-0, Bournemouth 2-1, Palace 2-1, Mackems 2-1. Really horrible, to be honest. Forest to the opposition, they're flying. However, they're going to be despondent after going out in the semi-final of the Europa Cup to Aston Villa on Thursday. If you ignore that, then their recent run includes a 3-1 win at Chelsea, 5-0 at Sunderland, 4-1 at home to Burnley, 1-0 against Porto, and their form is really, really good. But obviously, the 4-0 hammering at Villa. There were some late goals in there, by the way. It was tighter match than the score suggests. Hopefully it'll affect them, but we'll have to wait and see, won't we? Newcastle have obviously finally shown a pulse at last, and we're breathing after the Brighton win. But Forest is a nasty test. The Toon need to prove that Brighton wasn't just a reaction. It has to be the start of a reset. Forest are confident, scoring and unbeaten in strong form besides the Villa match. So Newcastle cannot afford another slow, passive away performance. One win obviously doesn't fix the form for Newcastle. Forest will tell us if the fight is back. So from the 11 against Brighton, Bruno for me stood out the most. He gave Newcastle the control they've been missing. Cleaner passing, better tempo, more bite in midfield, and that little bit of leadership when the game got nervy. With Joe Willock and Sandro Tonali around him, Newcastle had more energy and balance than in recent weeks. Willisula was another big one. Starting up front, he gave Brighton something to worry about, stretched the pitch and got his goal. Exactly what you want from a striker trying to prove he can be trusted. Dan Burn also deserved a shout. Goal, experience, physicality, and a proper response after a tough run. In a back four with Miley at right back and Chow Botman centrally, he helped make it feel more settled. It's a real shame that Miley's, since the Brighton match, has broken his leg. So the standouts for me were Bruno, Willisula and Dan Burn. As I've said already, the current form really doesn't look pretty. But can we put back-to-back wins together? If we look at the head-to-heads with Forest recently, 2-0 to Newcastle, a 4-3, a 3-1 at the City Ground, another 1-1 draw away, and another 3-2 win. So it is a ground that we like. Obviously, the big however is we're coming in off of all those losses. But the Brighton win finally stopped the rot, but the wider form is still grim. 5 straight defeats, heavy damage in Europe, and 3 consecutive 2-1 losses. The same pattern, close games, poor control, and costly moments. So Forest away now feels massive. If we can win that, then we give ourselves an outside chance of a European place next season. Win there in Brighton become the start of a response. Lose, and it's just another blip rather than a turning point. So can Newcastle put back-to-back wins together? They absolutely have to. The Brighton results stopped the slide and brought back belief. But 1 win after 5 defeats is only a reset, not a recovery. Forest away now becomes the real test of mentality. Newcastle need to start fast, defend with more calm, and take the chances that have been missing in tight games. The positive is they finally look dangerous again, scoring 3 and showing fight. But consistency is everything now. Win at Forest and suddenly the mood changes. Lose in Brighton feels like a false dawn. So that's your match day preview and programme. Up next will be my predictions video, both team and score, and I'll explain why I think we will win there. However, shameless plug here, I'm producing a number of memorable match series videos. You would have seen a few in the last week, and here's 4 that you can go and watch now while you wait for my predictions video. I'm Ken, this is Inside the Toon.